So I decided that I'm going to build 100 houses in Minecraft over the course of 100 days. This is day one. Let's see what kind of house we can create. I have no plan for this house. I'm just going straight off of imagination and seeing where it takes me. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy. To start it off, I built a log frame of the shape that I wanted the house to be. I think there's about a 5-block gap in between each log, besides the little part on the back. And then I just indented it 1 block and built a little foundation out of stone bricks and like a variation of mossy blocks. That turned out pretty good. The way that I built this house was a little bit strange. I kind of went layer by layer, but I also was kind of detailing the layers as I was going. And then toward the end, I'd go back and add most of the details that were missing. But, you know, I'm sure by the end of the series, I'm going to have like a set in stone, plan for my builds. So back to the build, I went ahead and added some walls using white concrete. And then I make a little section on the top where I'm going to have a separate roof. But right now, I'm starting on the actual roof itself. So we're going to build the shape up and then fill it in. So I built these little swirl designs on the end of the roof. I think that it looks pretty good in the end. It looked a little bit awkward at first, but I think that it fit the actual building itself very well afterwards. I feel like people always talk down on themselves about their builds, but you know, sometimes you gotta sit there and appreciate your creations. This is something that you made from your head and put it into a video game. It can be basically whatever you want, so don't be too hard on yourself. So as I'm starting to go through and fill in the roof, I start to see the house actually really coming together. At first I was a little bit skeptical. I'm going out of my comfort zone and trying to push my build limits a little bit. I just want to see how far I can take my creations over these 100 days, so I'm going to start pretty big with this one. And you know, the final outcome in my opinion was pretty cool for about an hour's worth of work. By the time that I actually finish editing this video and everything, it's probably going to be about 4 hours worth of work, because, you know, this takes forever. So it would be appreciated if you would subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this content. Hey, and if you want to see the future builds, then yeah, you know, subscribe to the channel. It's free. Anyways, right here I built a little overhang kind of roof. I just kind of attached it to the main roof, and it was a nice little addition to the house. It added some flair. I started to fill in the next set of walls and, well, basically the attic part of the roof. I used a different concrete block. I think it was like tan. I'm not 100% sure, don't quote me. But it complemented the white very well. This is where you can really start to see the house come together. And we start to see a finalized product. We still have a little bit of details to add, but it really came together for the first house that I'm building in this series. For this one, I actually did not build an interior. I was going to leave that up to you guys in the comments below. If you want to see an interior to the houses in the future episodes, let me know in this video, and we can make that happen. But I'm pretty comfortable making interior designs, so I'm not really worried about that. It's more so the exterior buildings. So now I just go through and add some leaves onto the actual roof itself. These are like hanging vines. They just add a little bit of extra color to the building, and I think they complemented this build specifically very well. It kind of gives the house this like rustic fantasy vibe. I don't really know how to explain it, but I like it. I think I'm gonna actually use these kind of designs in the village that I'm building on my survival series. I used campfires right here to create this like overhang effect. I've seen that on YouTube a few times, and I thought that it was a really cool way to add some texture to the building, and it really worked. I placed a few final details just to make the exterior look a little bit better. Some barrels, some hay bales, and hanging lanterns. They looked very well. They complemented the build. And overall, I was very happy with the first house that I got in this series. Couple final details, a path to our front door and a little bit of grass, and voila, day one of building a house complete. Subscribe for day 2.